God bless you, students. Today we will discuss about the chapter number 6, transition elements. What is a transition elements? They have the partially filled d orbitals or a half filled d orbitals is called transition elements. Yellow box indicate the outer transition elements and green box indicate the inner transition elements. According to smart syllabus, three topics are studied in detail. Properties of transition elements important for a short question. General characteristics of transition elements important for short question as well as long question. And Korean is important for a long question. Define transition elements. Those elements that have the partially filled d orbitals or IUPAC definition and elements having a d subshell that is partially filled with electrons or an element that has the ability to form stable cations with an incomplete filled d orbitals. The definition is explained by electronic configuration, half filled or a partially filled d orbitals. You see here, scandium. First of all, first element is a scandium 21 atomic number. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6. After 3p, 3d is right here, but 4s is right here because according to Aufbau principle, lower orbitals fill first, then electron moves to the higher orbital. So s is a lower orbital, so after 3p is right the 4s because s is a lower orbital. The electrons move 4s and then electrons move to the 3d orbitals. In the next box you see the argon, right? Argon, because the electronic configuration of argon is 1s2 to 3p6. So right here the argon, and after the changing of the electronic configuration is right here. So 4s contain 2 electrons and 3d contain 1 electron in a scandium. In titanium, 4s contain 2 electrons and 3d contains 2 electrons. Vanadium, 4s contain 2 electrons and 3d contain 3 electrons. In chromium, 4s contain 1 electron and 3d contain 5 electrons. And next, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel and copper. Zinc, you see the red 4 in a chromium and a copper. Electronic configuration, 4s contain 1 electron and 3d contains 5 electron in a chromium, and copper contain 3d contain 10 electron. Why? Because the d orbital are stable in two forms: if they are half filled or are completely filled. If d contain a 4 electron, they are not a stable d orbital, and if in a copper case they contain a 9 electron, so they are not a stable. So the electron move in 3d orbital, 3d orbital in a chromium and 3d orbital in a copper, and 4s is a half filled. So the electronic configuration is see here. Along a period, electronic configuration of transition element increase in 5b and 6b. Vanadium is belong to a 5b group, and chromium is belong from a 6b group. After 6b group, the electronic configuration is decreases. Oxidation number is decreases. Unpaired electron is decreases. Move from left to right. In a zinc, the unpaired electron is 0. So the properties of the transition elements. First property is all they are all metals in true sense, some of which play important role in industry. For example, titanium, iron, copper, nickel, or the tungsten, etc. All they are all hard and strong metals with why hard and a strong metal? Because they are high melting and boiling point, and they are also a good conductor of heat and electricity. They form alloy with one another and with other elements. For example, brass, variable valency or a oxidation state. With few expectations, they show a variable valency or a oxidation state. Their ions and compounds are colored in a solid state as well as in a solution form, at least in one if not all the oxidation state. You see the copper, if 2 chloride, 2 is oxidation number, copper to positive ion. Copper to positive ion color is green, and copper plus 1 ion color, copper to positive ion contain color is zinc, and copper's positive 1 ion container color is green. General characteristics of a transition element. First characteristic is a binding energy. Binding energy is also called a metallic binding. The minimum amount of energy which is required to lose the electron from a valence shell. What is the binding energy? The minimum amount of energy required to lose the outer electrons या फिर valence shell electrons. The toughness of these उन्होंने कहा है कि they are all tough, malleable and are ductile. So the toughness of these metal indicates strong metallic bonding. This is because apart from बाइंडिंग एनर्जीज कैसे हमारे पास हो सकती हैं कि ये कितना हमारे पास जो सी हैं ये हाफ फील्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होंगे. जितने ज़्यादा हमारे पास हाफ फील्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन होंगे उतना ही वो स्ट्रॉन्ग हमारे पास क्या होगा, बाइंडिंग एनर्जी उसकी उतनी ज़्यादा होगी. तो इसका मतलब हमारे पास क्रोमियम की बाइंडिंग एनर्जी क्या है, मोर है एज़ कम्पेयर टू द बाइंडिंग एनर्जी ऑफ a scandium as compared to the binding energy of zinc. So the scandium in a graph, you see the scandium binding energy is lower as move towards the vanadium, the binding energy is more higher, and the chromium binding energy is decreases because the unpaired electron in scandium is 1, titanium is 2, vanadium is 3, and chromium contains हमारे पास कितनी है 6, magnesium 5, iron 4, cobalt 3, and nickel 2, and copper 1. At the end zinc is 0. It's mean left to right. हमारे पास जो बाइंडिंग एनर्जी है वो हमारे पास क्या होगी कि सबसे ज़्यादा वनेडियम पर होगी, उसके बाद क्रोमियम, और जाकर फिर मैंगनीज पर जाकर क्या होनी शुरू हो जाएगी, लो होनी स्टार्ट हो जाएगी. ठीक है, हमारे पास क्या होगी, लो होगी. इसी तरह हमारे पास थर्ड सीरीज़ ऑफ द ट्रांजिशन एलिमेंट्स में देखें तो हमारे पास लेथिनाइट से थर्ड सीरीज स्टार्ट होती है. लेथिनाइट से पर हमारे पास जो सी है बाइंडिंग एनर्जी लोअर है, और टेंगस्ट्रॉन डब्ल्यू से हम इसको शो करते हैं. टेंगस्ट्रॉन में हमारे पास सबसे ज़्यादा बाइंडिंग एनर्जी है, उसके बाद बाइंडिंग एनर्जी हमारे पास क्या हो रही है, कम हो रही है. बाइंडिंग एनर्जी बेस किसके ऊपर कर रही है, अनशेयर्ड पेयर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन, मतलब हाफ फील्ड अन ठीक है, जो से हाफ फील्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होंगे उनको प्रेफर करेगी. अदरवाइज़ ये हमारे पास जो से होंगे पेयर फॉर्म में इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, उसमें हमारे पास बाइंडिंग एनर्जी प्रेफरेंस नहीं देगी. सो द जो हमारे पास पीरियड स्कैंडियम से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, जिंक पे जाकर ख़त्म हो रहा है, तो हमारे पास स्कैंडियम की बाइंडिंग एनर्जी लोअर है, फिर टाइटेनियम की उससे ज़्यादा, और वेनेडियम की सबसे ज़्यादा बाइंडिंग एनर्जी है, क्योंकि उसमें क्या है हमारे पास अनपेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ज़्यादा हैं, वहाँ पर इंक्रीज़ हो रहे हैं। उसके बाद बाइंडिंग एनर्जी हमारे पास क्रोमियम में ज़्यादा है, उसके बाद हमारे पास बाइंडिंग एनर्जी लोअर हो रही है, बिकॉज द अनपेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हमारे पास वहाँ पर क्या हो रहे हैं, डिक्रीज़ हो रहे हैं, और पेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इंक्रीज़ हो रहे हैं। पेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ग्रीन बॉक्सेस हमें पास क्या है, पेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को शो कर रहे हैं। सो द इन आ ग्राफ स्कैंडियम इलेक्ट्रॉन बाइंडिंग एनर्जी इंक्रीजेस to the vanadium, and after they decrease manganese, and after manganese they increase, and zinc contains zero binding energy, because the all electrons are a complete are a, in a paired form, not a unpaired. So in the next lecture we will discuss about the melting and boiling points, Covalent radii and ionic radii, paramagnetism.